What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Big shout out and thank you to Feeny Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram for providing this new Grand Cherokee L for today's video. Definitely take a look at their website, link down below. And the model that we're looking at today is the Altitude 4x4, finished off in bright white clear coat and has an MSRP at $53,000. Underneath the hood, the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee is going to feature a 3.6 liter naturally aspirated 6-cylinder engine. This V6 pumps out 293 horsepower with 257 pound-feet of torque and is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and it features a 4-wheel drive transfer case. Curb weight is around 4,600 pounds and it can tow 6,200 pounds. And running on a 23-gallon fuel tank, you can expect 18 miles per gallon in the city with 25 out on the highway. Overall length is 204.9 inches with the wheelbase at 121.7. Height is 71.5 and width is 77.9 inches. The Grand Cherokee L also has some off-road capabilities with approach angle at 21 degrees, ground clearance is 10.8 inches with breakover at 18 degrees, and then departure angle is 22 degrees. And then now moving on to the exterior styling with the newest generation, the 2023 Grand Cherokee. Has a really clean look, especially with all the black accents part of that Altitude package. You're going to see a set of LED headlights with an LED DRL up top, and I love how they're blacked out, all sunken in within this upper grille. You can see, of course, the traditional 7 slots like every Jeep is going to have, and then we even have active grille shutters behind that to improve efficiency when needed. Very nice design with all blacked out trim. You can see the Jeep name up front, and then down below that there's a nice mesh piece on the far left side with gloss black trim, all gloss black running around the lower portion of the bumper, and then even more openings to allow a ton of cooling to that V6. And then moving to the hood, you can see a sharp line in the far left and right side fading towards the windshield, and it really does give the new Jeep Grand Cherokee a pretty modern look. And then moving to the side, you can see how the black plastic around the front bumper even fades its way around the wheel arches. We do get a set of 20-inch wheels for the Altitude, finished off in a gloss black, and they're a 5-spoke design. And then you can see a pretty sharp line from the headlight cutting through the entire side profile and through the body colored door handles. You can see in the lower portion of the front doors, you get the American flag along with Grand Cherokee written out. I like how everything is blacked out. We get black along the mirror caps along with a side integrated LED turn signal, and then all more body color for the roof and blacked out B and C pillars. You can see the trim around it is black along with the roof rails. We get a sunroof up top, and then moving to the entire side profile, the Grand Cherokee L is a 3-row vehicle, so it's a little bit longer than the traditional Grand Cherokee, but it has a really good proportion, really nice lines all around, and I love how this pillarway in back even has a gloss black trim piece cutting through it and fading down towards the glass. We get the third brake light integrated up top with the windshield wiper below that. Jeep is blacked out right in the center, and we get a very nice set of LED taillights. They're sunken into the bodywork, featuring a blacked out housing with a small piece of red, and I really like the sharp line down below that. We get the L logo and 4x4 on the far left, backup camera right in the center. All of your parking sensors are within the rear bumper. Then you can see more of this plastic black within the bumper. We get some reflectors on the far side, then a black trim piece right in the center. And I think the whole rear end style comes together very nicely, just like the front, to make the Grand Cherokee look really cool. So there's a good look at the exterior with the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. So we have Jeep's key fob, which looks pretty cool all around. Lock and unlock, and of course remote start. If I go ahead and lock the vehicle, I can just walk up to it, and when I grab the door handle, it automatically unlocks, and we can check out this interior. This Altitude gets a black interior with leather as well as Alcantara. And then if we take a look at the door panel now finished off in black, we get the smooth black color up top with some gray trim along the door. We get the release handle up above that finished in aluminum. All of your window, mirror, and lock controls as well as a grab handle. Some good padding for the armrest with some color contrast stitching, and then a lot of storage down below. We do get power controls for the seats with all of them on the left side of the seat. And then you can see the really nice smooth black leather with the white stitching. And then I love the Alcantara micro suede all within the centers. They are perforated as well for a really nice look. Same design up the backrest, all the way up to these headrests. And then spinning around, we have a black leather steering wheel with some silver trim, contrast stitching, and some more of that gray. And of course, Jeep right in the center. And then now inside the Grand Cherokee, keeping my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. Grand Cherokee comes along the screen. Everything turns on with a very nice digital display for this gauge cluster. If we take a look at it right now, we get a massive tach right in the center. You also get fuel on the far right, and then engine temperature on the left, and of course a digital speed readout. You can configure it a little bit using the control panel on the left side of the steering wheel. So if we just go through this now, I can scroll up and down and see all sorts of different information that will come up. We got all sorts of vitals within the car, oil, tire pressure, and things like that. Then continuing up and down, you can see trip A. We also have more information like audio, stored messages, the screen setup you can enter, and then back to the main screen. Taking a look at the steering wheel now, we also have some Bluetooth and audio controls on the left side, then all the cruise controls on the right with your distance pacing, and there's even a set of steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. They have a pretty nice look to them. They're only about this big back there, but you also have your controls under it for some radio controls, but they're nice to have at least. We got all the windshield wiper controls on the far right side, and then the left side gets your turn signal stock. To the left of the steering wheel, we have all of your headlight controls, interior dimming, as well as an electronic parking brake. Then you get more of this leather with stitching along with one of the air vents, then all a black rubber material running through the dash. You can see more of this synthetic leather material with all the stitching, more of the gloss gray with some silver trim. Then as we get to the center, we get the infotainment screen. Up on top, you can see the start-stop feature, the lane assist, as well as traction control and hazards. Then we have the sport mode button. You can turn that on. It'll give you a pretty cool depiction right in the center. And then we have your parking sensors. And then underneath the screen, we have all the touch sensitive buttons here. Right now in our climate controls, you can see your heated seats. You can easily adjust how you like that, heated steering wheel. Then we have our temperature on the far left and right. Very easily you can adjust that. Fan speed is down below that with all the different icons, and you can easily turn it off. We have more shortcuts down below for all of your phone integration. The Jeep icon right here comes up with vehicle settings. You can control all sorts of different information. So very easy the way everything is laid out. We have a home icon as well, and you can kind of configure this how you would like it. We do get some shortcuts up top as well. You have your temperature outside, more information, and your clock. And then tapping the icon on the far right, you can see all sorts of different apps within the car. So really cool the way everything is laid out, and just everything is very, very simple the way everything is set up. We can also go ahead, put it into reverse. Our backup camera will come up with some guidelines right in the center, and then parking sensors come up on the center screen. And if we go ahead and put it back into park, underneath the screen now we do get all the physical climate control buttons. So you can toggle this for your heated seats, heated steering wheel. You have toggles for your fan speed, along with the temperature control, and everything comes up on the screen when you make any sort of adjustment. And underneath that we have all of your zones. You have an off button, defrost, volume control. You can see the screen off as well as the recirc. And then underneath that you can just press this and open it up. We got our wireless phone charging mat, a ton of USBs as well as a 12 volt, and you can easily close that back into place. You get all of this piano black through the center, and then two cup holders back behind that. We have some more of this smooth leather for the armrests. Opening this up, you have a nice area right here with a little bit of storage space. Then if we grab the secondary lever, the whole thing will open up, and we get a pretty decent sized bucket. Over on the far right, we of course have your normal glove box with a pretty good sized bucket as you would expect. And then one last look at the interior. I think the current generation Grand Cherokee really came a long way. It's very nice in here regardless of the trim level. So they're all really nice and sporty. The altitude especially with this two-tone seating material. Nice and simple in here and yet very upscale. Up top you can see the black headliner with our sunshade. All of your dome light controls are up above that. We have the power liftgate button as well as a few more controls for the sunroof. And then we even get a sunglass holder up front as well as your mirror. And then moving to the rear seat space, if I grab the door handle and open it up, the door panel is finished off just like we saw up front with all of the black, and you get that same metallic gray. In back, you get captain chairs for the second row, and they do get an armrest that'll fold down for a little bit of extra comfort. They're finished in that same material with the smooth black leather and then the nice Alcantara right in the center, leading their way up the backs and to the headrests. We also get quite a few amenities like some storage on the back side of the seats, more storage as well as cup holders in the center, a bunch of USB ports down below that, and then you can see climate controls in the center with your fan, and all the different controls up here with their own LCD screen. To configure these seats, you have a button on the back side. You can pull this, and it gets the whole seat out of the way. So you can manually slide it up, giving you better access to enter into the third row. So pretty cool design the way they have that. And then with it back down, you have your recline lever right here, and you can fold that down, the headrest fold, and they lock nice and flat. So then hopping into the back seat now with the Grand Cherokee. So these do recline quite a lot. Wow, very nice and comfortable back here. I'm 5'11". Obviously you got plenty of headroom, especially with the seat reclined all the way. And then there is a bar underneath the center. You can slide these forwards or slide them way back. So plenty of room, honestly, for anybody's height. You have a good armrest on the left side, pretty good amount of glass and everything, and the seat itself is pretty comfortable. And there is actually even enough space right in the center to walk through and enter into the third row. Not many vehicles of this size that are third row have that ability. So now in the third row, this is only a 2-seater back here, but it's actually not bad. So sitting here, we even get a climate vent on the far left side, you get an LED dome light, a cup holder, as well as USB ports. And then as far as legroom goes, even with this seat reclined a little bit, my knees aren't too bad. They're a little high up in the air, so it's not exactly the tallest seat. However, with the center, I can put my leg out for a little bit better legroom. And then from here, I can grab the lever and get this seat out of my way and then easily climb out. Moving to the cargo area, you can double tap the button on the key fob. It's gonna automatically open up this power lift gate. And then even with the third row up, we get quite a lot of storage space back here. So they've really done a good job amplifying that. You get some hidden storage down below, a little cubby on the far right side, as well as on the left. And then we even have a button right here you can hold, and that will obviously open and close the tailgate. But from here, you can grab these handles, and this will manually lower these seats down. You can push them out of the way. And when they fold nicely and flat, you can see just how much more storage space you're gonna get in the Grand Cherokee L. Certainly a pretty roomy SUV. With these seats nicely folded flat, you can see how everything else is laid down, and it really does give you a lot of space in the back of this SUV. And then from there, you can even pick these seats back up by just grabbing the strap. Just do that, and they'll lock into place. And then we can just press the button on the side, and the lift gate is gonna automatically close out of the way. All right, so we are setting off now in the Grand Cherokee. Got a little bit of snow and off-road to do, but as we get onto the main road, driving in a Grand Cherokee, these are really, really nice. They have that luxury aspect to them. Of course, all sorts of good features, and even this one being the Altitude, while it's not a crazy high trim level or anything, you still get a lot of nice technology, and it just feels like a pretty well put together SUV. Got all sorts of goodies on the screen to view while you're driving, and it's pretty easy to just kind of see what you want to see in this. But as far as normal driving, really good visibility. As you can see, pretty large windshield. I can really easily see through it. You feel nice and high up as well. Mirrors all do a great job, so you can easily see around you. And then over your right and left shoulder, since those headrests all fold down, it actually makes it very easy to see behind you, so it's not bad at all. And when you are driving in the car, it is pretty comfortable. So just cruising now and everything, pretty quiet. You don't really hear much wind noise or road noise or anything like that. So I like just how it feels like a pretty insulated SUV to be in. The V6 in it is adequately powered. And as we come to a standstill, you know, the brakes bring it down nicely. And in sport mode especially, tightens up throttle response a little bit. And honestly, peppy, like that was just half throttle, not redlining the engine or anything crazy being brand new, but it gets up to some speed. So that V6 is very well powered for this. And the fact that you can tow so much, of course, the off-road capabilities and things like that, it's a really well-rounded SUV. The back seat space, the third row seat space, everything is pretty good. And then when you are taking turns, I think the suspension is tuned very well. It doesn't really have crazy body roll to be unstable. However, there's enough to just make it feel comfortable as you're taking turns, but you can still hit the trails, hit some dirt, and hit certain bumps off-road, and it's not gonna break your back to where it's gonna be a pretty well-tuned suspension for street and off-road use. Steering is nice and light. Throttle response is decent in non-sport mode, but other than that, you know, pretty well-rounded. You kind of get everything with this kind of SUV. You know, you got that towing, the off-road, and really nice street performance. All right, so we are setting off now with my perspective, honest thoughts of the Jeep Grand Cherokee. I like how peppy it is. You're just giving it quarter throttle. We're up to 45 miles an hour, taking these sweeping turns. It's really nice the way it's put together. It feels like a solid brand, feels like a solid SUV, hits the bumps nicely. I think Jeep really stepped it up a notch with this new generation Grand Cherokee to where it feels like a luxury brand. It feels like something bigger than just a generic American brand. So I think they did a really good job kind of stepping up their game as as far as what type of brand Jeep really is. And the Grand Cherokee really is a step above the competition. It just feels like something on the luxury side, and yet it's got that American rugged aspect where I know I can confidently take this off-road, hit the trails, hit the snow, hit the dirt, and it's probably going to do a pretty good job. Now this one doesn't really have any drive modes or anything like that. Of course, other trim levels will have off-road settings, the adjustable suspension and things like that. But even this one, just having the basic all-wheel drive system, I know I can still hit normal dirt trails and pretty much use it like a normal vehicle. And then with the towing and things like that, obviously the space in it, it's really, really well-rounded. Only downsides, I don't know, there's not really too many downsides. It's really just user preference. There's a lot in the screen. A lot of the Jeeps, of course, there's like a ton of different menus you can go and do, so it could get a little confusing seeing all the different information in here. However, on the number 2 page, there's just a lot of basic settings for, you know, the parameters of the engine. So it's nice that they at least give you different pages that have it broken down into the categories. Other than that, though, you know, it's pretty simple to use, very basic the way the buttons are, and the touchscreen works really nicely as well. It's not like there are so many tiny little buttons to where it's hard to navigate your finger on it. It's pretty simple to use, but the quality is what I think I'm most impressed about. It just feels like, kind of like a Mercedes. It feels like something really nice and better than just a generic SUV. So I think Jeep did a good job with these. The styling looks really good. The fit and finish is pretty good as well. This Altitude doesn't have leather covering everything or like super luxurious touches, but it still does give you a pretty above average feeling when you're in it, and it really just feels like something nice. It's insulated, it's quiet, it's easy to drive, easy to park, and you have pretty much a good amount of technology to do the day-to-day aspects. Let's do a 3-point turn now. Turning radius is pretty tight as well. It takes a little bit getting used to the rotary dial. You can easily go into park, so you definitely need to watch that. But 3-point turn in a small little parking lot, not too bad at all. Well, that is then it for the 2023 Grand Cherokee. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for plenty more content. And then once again, big shout out and thank you to Feeny Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram for providing this Grand Cherokee for today's video. Check out the link to their website, link down below. See you guys in the next video.